Sometimes people say hurtful things to protect themselves, speaking from their wounds instead of a healed place. Maybe they were scared of rejection, heartbreak, failure, or worried about being taken advantage of again. Sometimes the best thing you can do is try to see things from their perspective. Ikpeama Eze. Ikpeama Eze. The depth you avoid is the height you can't reach. Growth doesn't fail at the top, it fails where you refuse to go down. Everyone wants expansion until it asks for excavation. We talk about rising like it's a skill, a mindset, a frequency, a decision you can make on a good morning. But height is not built upward, it's anchored downward. The parts of you you keep managing, the emotions you rename so they sound acceptable, the memories you file under not relevant anymore. Those aren't behind you, they're beneath you. And whatever sits beneath you is what holds you or limits you. You don't rise above your past, you rise in proportion to how much of it you're willing to face without editing. Because unvisited depth doesn't disappear, it compresses. It becomes invisible architecture. It shapes your reactions before your thoughts get a say. It decides how much love you can hold without suspicion. It sets the ceiling you keep calling realistic. So you build a beautiful life, but it starts to feel like it's pressing down on you. Not because it's too big, but because the foundation is too shallow. Here's the part no one romanticizes. Going deeper doesn't feel like growth at first. It feels like losing your story about who you thought you were. It feels like sitting in rooms inside yourself where nothing performs, no affirmations, no spiritual language to hide behind, just raw, unformatted truth. And that's where the real expansion begins. Not when you think higher, but when you stop resisting what's lower, because the moment you can stand inside your own depth without trying to escape it, you stop needing to shrink your life to feel safe. And suddenly, rising isn't something you force, it's something that happens because there's finally enough of you to hold it. With love for those remembering themselves. Thank you for saying yes to life. Put your wings on. We are walking each other home from home.
Come closer, but not too near, for something lives imprisoned here. Not beast, not ghost, not wicked art, but what remains of what was hard. I took it once, from open air, from foolish hope and tender care, from hands that swore they'd never stray, then carved its trust and walked away. steady hand did what the broken understand. I built a cage of iron will, of sharpened truth and silence still. Each bar was forged from every lie, each lock was sealed with one goodbye, each hinge was carved from sleepless nights, each shadow fed by love's old rights. And how quiet it became inside. No reckless pulse, no swelling tide, no aching need, no desperate plea, just hollowed breathing cautiously. It beats, but only when I say it may. A prisoner taught to disobey. The wild desire it once obeyed, before it learned how love betrays. Sometimes at dusk when memory leans near, I swear I feel it pacing there, a soft, persistent, restless sound, a ghost that claws but can't be found. It whispers still, let me be free. For cages kill what hearts should be, but I have learned what freedom costs, and what returns when trust is lost. So hush, do not mistake this calm for peace, for silence is not sweet release. It is the echo of a part that lives, confined behind my You thought it was small, didn't you? Unnoticed. Just a word, a silence, a turning away, when something sacred reached for you. You carried on as though nothing had happened, as though hearts were made of weather, and not of quiet galaxies that remember everything, but the universe,
It does not rush its replies. It writes in echoes. The heart you touched was not loud enough to defend itself in your language. It did not sharpen into anger or perform its pain for you to understand. It folded softly, like a letter returned to sender with no forwarding address. And for a while, it grieved, not just you, but the moment it mistook you for something real, something safe. It questioned its own light, dimmed itself to make sense of your shadow, wondered how love could be offered so purely yet received like an inconvenience. There is a particular kind of sorrow in a pure heart, still learning that not all hands are gentle and not all minds are free. It does not scream. It unravels. But here is where your understanding ends and the universe begins. Because while you moved forward believing the page had turned, that heart stepped into fire beyond destruction, beyond the burn, the kind of fire that remembers what it is. It took every careless word, every absence, every unseen wound, and turned it slowly, deliberately into gold that no longer needed you to shine. Pain became pattern, pattern became wisdom, wisdom became wings. And one day, without announcement, the heart you hurt rose, not above you, but beyond the place where you could reach it. You may think that you can escape, that life would continue uninterrupted, unbothered. You thought that it was just one soul too kind to retaliate, that it could stay between the sheets of only two contrasting lights. But the universe is a mirror with patience. It will not punish you. It will simply introduce you to yourself. Again, and again, and again, through different faces, different names, different moments that feel strangely familiar. You will meet your own silence in someone else's absence. You will taste your own dismissal in the eyes of someone you hoped would see you. You will stand at edges you once pushed others toward and call it bad luck, call it coincidence, call it anything but truth, until one day you recognize the pattern, or you don't. That is your freedom. Yet it is also your fall, because a pure heart jumps and learns to fly on the way down. An unaware one steps off the same cliff and blames gravity when falling. This is not revenge, no anger here, only balance, breathing quietly through everything. The heart you hurt does not wait for your apology here. It became something that no longer needs it, but the universe, it is still speaking to you. In mischances, in repeated endings, in the gentle, relentless invitation to see what you have done and what you still are capable of becoming. So no, this is not a sorry. This is a notice written in stardust and consequence. You were trusted with something soft. You treat it with hardness, as if the softness would always remain. It didn't. it transformed. And now, so must you.
What you speak over cola speaks back into your life. As we lift the cola nut, we don't just hold it, we print it as a symbol of alignment with the forces of our lineage and beyond. Let every presence that walks with us, seen and unseen, come and take part in this moment of communion. As we break the cola, may our intentions not scatter. May every good thing we speak today find its way back to us complete, like we do. We will not struggle before we eat. We will not beg before we ride. As we step out in search of progress, let no harm meet us on the road. Those who genuinely wish us well, may their goodwill return to them in full measure. And those who quietly plan downfall, may they face the weight of what they intend. Not someday, but as long as they carry such thoughts, let balance answer every action. Let truth stand where deception tries to sit.